All right. I am trying something new today with my setup. So I hope everybody can hear me. I hope everybody can hear me. Hello? Test, test, test. Well, we're going to find out if everybody can hear me. Because I am definitely trying something out new. So that's right. All right. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So, welcome everybody to another episode of Tech Trapper Live with your host, of course, Aaron Reed. And hold on. So, welcome everybody back to another episode of Tech Trapper Live with your host, me, Aaron Reed. I'm Sweetie list today. Sweetie's here, but Sweetie's a little tired, so I'm definitely going to be Sweetie list today. Um, I didn't plan on going live today. I hopped on. I was working on some stuff, and my camera was already on, so I said, "Let's go live and talk about some things." Plus, I was inspired today. I was inspired by Jay. Jay Knott's Professional. So if you guys are on YouTube and you guys like e-ink and other tech, go check out Jay Knott the Professional. He's done two live streams in the last couple of days now, and they were awesome. They were awesome live streams. So today he popped up and he did his top 10 list, and he inspired me. I've had this list right here. I've had this list here for like maybe like a week and a half, maybe going on 2 weeks, and I just never did anything with it. I don't know why, but Jay inspired me today. So we're gonna hop into the top 10 list in a minute, and then we're also going to kind of just look at the Note Max. So I got a Note Max a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna talk about just 2 weeks with the Note Max, how that has been going for me, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, um, and just my experience. And we'll start with that. Man, the Note Max surprised me. Like, I didn't know I was going to like the Note Max this well. When it comes to books devices, you guys know I like books devices. Books devices are my favorite devices to use. What's going on, Robert? How you doing today? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, so books devices are my favorite tablets to use. I didn't know that I was going to like the Note Max as much as I like the Note Max. And it's plugged up because I've been using it all day. And I had it off the charger for a while. But I really like the Note Max. And I'm shocked that I like something this this large. I thought it was too big for my use case, which it kind of is still kind of too large for my desk area that I have here. But I've really been enjoying using it. I've been using it for my commonplace journaling a lot, um, my personal journaling a lot as well. So that's kind of really what I've been using it for. I'm also using it for my script writing, and it's just a larger platform for that. But I didn't think that I would actually like the Note Max as much as I like the Note Max. Um, it's a pretty cool tablet. And the sync between the two tablets, the smaller tablets and the larger tablets, is not that bad. It's actually pretty cool. So I like the sync between the two. I like inserting like images within my commonplace notebooks. So that's cool. And that's really what I've been using it for. So I like the Note Max. I haven't had the issues with ghosting that I know a lot of people reported. It does have more ghosting. So it's more ghosting than like on the 10.3, the Note Air 4C. But that hasn't bothered me that much. I haven't taken it out the house though. And I don't know how Jay was walking around with this thing in his bag. I haven't. I like to go to coffee shops a lot. I'm going in the morning to work on some stuff. I'm gonna take the Note Max because I'm gonna be working on my script, and I'm gonna use the Note Max to do that. But I didn't think I would like it as much as I like it. I didn't originally buy it because of the size. I wasn't worried about how I performed. I just said, man, it's too large of a tablet for me to walk around with. When I look at it compared to like the 10.3, oh man, the 10.3 is in my room. No, when I look at it compared to something like the size of the 10.3, so this is gonna be the Remarkable 2, and you can just see the size difference and how much space it will take up in my bag or on my desk. So it's a large tablet. I don't have the Type Folio. I have one coming in. So I have a Type Folio coming in. I'm gonna see how I like that experience. I really enjoy using a Type Folio on my Remarkable 2. So, if I enjoy it on a Remarkable 2, I can just only imagine how much I will enjoy it on the Note Max. Um, and I'm trying to find like some other use cases for the Note Max. I really wanted it to work on my scripts, so when I'm on set, I have a larger platform if I need to discuss some things with people, kind of like look over the script, or if I have some other notes and ideas. Like this thing, its size, it's so large that I can easily, hold this up or be in a group of people and we can clearly see what's on it and discuss it, make some edits. So that's what I'm excited about it for. That's why I'm glad that I actually have the Note Max now. Somebody text me. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do a review on it, show some use cases that I have for it. And before we get into the top 10 list, I have a question. So if you're watching on a replay, you guys can throw it in the comments. First off, how many of you guys still have the ice cream truck coming through your neighborhood? I haven't seen ice cream trucks in years, right? Now, I don't know if it's because I'm an adult and I just don't buy ice cream from my ice cream truck anymore. But I only ask this for one reason. Everybody knows I'm in Houston, so it's hot. It's already hot in Houston. Um, for some reason, the ice cream truck or the ice cream truck driver, dude, whatever he is, he doesn't come on the street in the middle of the day. Like, he's not riding through the neighborhood in the middle of the day. As soon as it gets dark, like it's what? It's 8:40 right now. I was outside at like 7:45, so it was getting dark. As soon as it starts to get dark, I see the creepy ice cream truck. I think he's up to some nefarious things. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep my eye out on him. What we got in the chat? So Robert says, so Robert, you didn't like the Note Max. Oh, you know, like walking around with the Note Max tablet. Oh, okay. He uses his at his desk. Okay. So you like the Note Max, you just didn't like walking around with it. Yeah, same thing here. I don't really like walking around with the Note Max. It's definitely going to be something I use on desk. Like I said, I'm going to use it on set because that's what I really wanted it for. But just walking around Texas with this huge thing, no. And I can only imagine trying to pull it out on a plane and use it. Sometimes like the 10.3 or the Remarkable Paper Pro will take up too much space on your tray table. So I can just imagine how much space this is going to take up. Although I have seen Jay post pictures of him on a plane with the Note Max just on the tray table. Oh, okay. Yeah, same thing, Robert. I like it too, but I'm definitely not going to be walking around with this thing. I mean, no, I'm not walking around with this thing. Can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot walk around with this thing. Now, I would have gotten I would have got the Tab XC if it had a writing surface. I really don't care about it not being EMR. I'm cool with active now, especially with Books and Remarkable and how they're doing their active. But it just didn't have the writing surface. So that's why I wasn't crazy about it. If it would have had the writing surface like the Note Max, I probably would have bought the XC when it came out. But I had an experience with the Go 7 and the glassy texture of that screen. I just didn't like it. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't like the Penstar eNote Pro C, was because it just didn't have that writing surface. It had like a slick, glassy type of feel. The nib and screen combination was decent, but it still gave me that slick writing feel that I don't get on other tablets that have the writing film or writing surface on it. So yeah, but I like the Nomax. I'm gonna sit with it for a couple of more weeks, kind of use it as one of my primary tablets. Um, and I'll see. I'll see. I might dare to just go out to the coffee shop tomorrow and take it with me. So we will see how that goes. Now let's get into this top 10 list. I wasn't gonna do a top 10 list at first. I've been struggling with a top 10 list for a while because one, I feel like my top 10 list is going to be my personal favorite top 10, which is nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to be that guy who is kind of swaying people's buying decisions based off of a top 10 list that I put out. Because, look, I'm not doing any like technical critiques or comparing screens and resolution and, you know, speed and all of that. That's not me. I'm not doing that. I'm making the list solely based off of how I like to use e-ink, which tablets I just prefer to use, and why I like using those. When it comes to that technical aspect and all of that, I don't really get that deep into it. Um, but we're gonna kind of talk about my top 10 list. So Jay inspired me as well because I think some things that are on my top 10 list aren't as high as some other content creators where it seems like the norm. And, I don't want to be labeled a hater. But Jay's top 10 list, I liked where he had some stuff at. And I think he had some things in some fair places. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I'm actually gonna end up doing 3 top 10 lists by the end of next week. So today we're just gonna have a list of Aaron's personal favorite, what he likes to use, and the order in which he would use them. I think the next list that I'm gonna do, probably in a couple of days, maybe on Friday, that list will probably be budget tablets. So what I think the best budget tablets are, and I'll rank them from, I don't know if I'm gonna do 10 to 1. I might rank them from 5 to 1. So I might have the best 5 budget e-ink tablets that I think that are out there, and then I'll have criteria and reasons why. And then that last list is gonna be um, my top 10 list of tablets that I would suggest, and then why. So I think that's how I'm gonna do it. What we got in chat? Wait, you returned? Oh, you returned your Tab XC because of the yeah. See, that probably would have been me. I would have bought it and I would have returned it. I don't want the glassy writing feel. Um, I think if I was to use that thing more like a laptop replacement, if you could, I don't know how good it is. I heard it's pretty nice. So that probably would be a tablet I would only use with the keyboard folio and probably use it, for workflows that really don't involve me writing. But yeah, and then the whole haptics with the vibrating while I'm writing, that didn't sound like a fun day for me. So I definitely didn't want to do that. But we'll start on my top 10 list. So Every tablet on this list that I have here is going to be a tablet that I currently own or I have owned. And out of everything on my top 10 list that I have here, the only tablets that I don't own anymore, um, let me see, it's only two. It's only two. It's only, well, actually, it's only three. It's three tablets that I don't currently have in my possession right now. And so, what we'll do, we will start with 10 through 6. So, I give you guys 10 through 6, and then I'll kind of give you the reason why I have them placed where they're placed. Um, so, my 10th tablet on the list is going to be the iFlytek AI Note Air 2. And the iFlytek AI Note Air 2, I have it at number 10. It's a good tablet, especially in that 7 to 8 inch size category. To me, if you use this tablet, or the person this tablet is going to be for, it's someone who is really using AI. I'm not the biggest user of AI when it comes to my note taking and using my e-ink tablets. The most that I even use AI for is honestly the meeting notes. So I like using the meeting notes and I like the meeting note summarizations. I'll use it for that. Outside of the meeting note summaries, I'm not using AI on e-ink for too much because I don't really use AI that much. I don't have an issue with AI. It's just not a big part of my workflow. Um, yeah, it's not just a big part of my workflow. I write, I write a lot, and when it comes to the writing field with the AI Note Air 2, it's not bad. It's not the best writing feel that I've have with all of my tablets, but it's not bad. The stylus is cool. The weight of the stylus is cool. It's not a lot of latency there with the tablet, but I wouldn't pick. It wouldn't be my tablet to pick up the right. It wouldn't be the first choice. When it comes to the UI and kind of maneuvering around the tablet, it's not hard to maneuver. It's not really hard to figure out. It's just some things that are weird about the tablet that I don't understand why it's like that. Um, Hold on, I'll show you guys. I probably should have been better prepared. Give me 1 second. One day, I'm gonna be a professional. No, I don't. I don't want to power off. Oh, y'all can see my balding spot. I'm balding. So, like, a couple of things that puzzle me about this tablet, and it's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. Let's zoom in some. So, some of the things that make zero sense to me is like this right here. If I want to change my template, I'm going to select this icon here. And this icon here is going to be for you to bring up templates. But if you notice, these are like planners, different documents, analysis, like you got some style stuff, and you got health. You don't have just regular line templates in the template space. If I want to switch to a regular line template, you have to go to your menu over here. And this is just going to be like kind of like your information menu. And so you see style, that's what you click on. And then when you select that, that's when you're going to get, I guess it says administration. So that's where you're going to get like your line templates and things like that. That's weird to me. The other thing that's kind of weird to me is that the tablet itself, one of the main, I think, powers of the tablet is the voice translation or the translation feature where it will transcribe your meeting for you. But I can't just access that in a note. So if I'm already in a note and I walk to my meeting, let's say I've already written some information down, there's no way for me to go in here and activate the recorder. I would have to back out of the note, and then I would have to start a recording note. Now that I've started the recording note, that's when I'll get the power of the voice to text transcription and the translation, and I can change it to whatever language I want to change it to. Now, once you're in the recording note, this thing works great. And if I'm in a room full of people, I can just hit this and turn on like it's called the playlist or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, once I've turned that on, now it's going to separate the speakers and it's going to let me know speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, speaker 4. And then from there, it will do that meeting note summary with your voice to text transcription, and it'll do it in different languages, which is cool. I think that's an actual cool function of this tablet. The problem is it's kind of clunky when you are using the AI. To me, the AI and the placing of some of the apps is just all over the place. So that's an issue for me. And that's why I have this tablet placed at number 10. I'm going to just let that run. I've never did the test to see how long your transcription can be. I know Dave over at Tabletech did, but I never did. So that tablet is going to be number 10 for me. So number 9, I have the Penstar eNote 2. And I honestly think that this tablet should be further up my list now that I'm thinking about it. And I probably will move this tablet further up my list. But I have the Penstar eNote 2 on my list. Now, I don't have this tablet currently here, but I've always said if I didn't have books, if I wasn't using books, and I wanted a budget tablet that would give me a lot of the same functionality that I get out of books and why I like books, the Penstar eNote would be that choice because the price point is great. It used to be around the same price of the original 10.3 sub 400. Now the eNote 2 is I think around 425, maybe 425, maybe 430, something like that. And I could be wrong. I might be off by a couple of dollars, but if if I if I wanted a budget tablet, well, and this is before the Pure came out, but if I wanted a budget tablet and I couldn't get a 10.3, the next best option I believe is going to be the Penstar eNote because you're going to get a lot of tools that, when I say a lot, for me, the things that I like to use. I'm going to be able to index my information out with a table of contents that travels. So you get that with Penstar. You get split screen with Penstar. You get image insertion with Penstar. You get a partner app that's actually better than Books' partner app. The reader is great. You have the ability to have like the third party apps I truly use, like the Kindle app. You can have OneNote, things like that. The writing feel is pretty good. But actually, the writing feel is probably in my top 5 for tablets I like to write on. The only downside is the pen only input. But for me, I don't like touching the tablet anyway. So it's not a big thing for me. The buttons they have on the left side, it's either 8 or 10 of them. I can't remember. They work pretty good when it comes to just navigating the tablet anyway, and they're programmable. So that would be, honestly, that would be my next choice for a budget tablet if the 10.3 wasn't available. Of course, before the Pure is out. And I'm not ranking the Paper Pure in this list because I haven't used it yet. So until I get that tablet in my hands, I can't tell you if it will be a better budget tablet than the Penstar eNote 2. But I do have the Pinstar Eno 2 at number 9. But I might change that at some point. Um, the next tablet at number 8 is the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. I have the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft at number 8. You guys know I love the Kindle Scribe. It was the first platform that I ever bought to get me into e-ink. So I love the Kindle Scribe. I don't have the biggest use case for color. All of my color needs are editing, like my creative writing, or just when I'm at work, if I want to use a different color pen on some PDFs. That's really what my color use case is for. When it comes to reading material, I rarely read. I rarely read on the Kindle Scribe. Now, my wife, however, that's her daily driver for note taking, for writing her books and her creative writing. She's working on her script, or when I have her writing parts of the script, she's writing it on the Kindle Scribe. She loves the organization. She loves the integration with the Kindle because she's a Kindle Unlimited user, so she's always using the Kindle Scribe for reading. Um, she loves that thing. If the Kindle Scribe broke today, if she lost it, it cracked, whatever, I would have to just go to Amazon and order another one right now. Like I couldn't. There would be no. There would be no. She doesn't have a tablet. Like she probably could use the Gen 1 because we still have it. She'd probably use it for a week, but I better have a new Colorsoft here for her within a couple of days. But yeah, I like the new workspace that they have done with the Kindle Scribe. I like that. I like what they've done with the improved organization. You can quickly access your files faster now than you could with the previous Kindle. So I really like the tablet. And that would be number 8 for me. Now, when we get to number 7, I have the Note Air 4C. Now, I know the Note Air 4C is probably older and not on anyone's list anymore because of the Note Air 5C. The Note Air 4C was just okay for me. When it comes to the functionality, it's a books tablet. So the UI is pretty much the same. So just like the Note Max, just like the 10.3, honestly, even the Go 7 and some of their other tablets, when it comes to what you can do with the tablet, it's great. It fits my use case. But for me, the actual Note Air 4C, the Kaleido screen is dark. I don't always like to have a light on, and the screen is just dark. Even when I'm outside in the middle of the day, of course you can see it fine. The screen shows well, but it's still like dark. Like if I had it, where's it at? That's another room too. Oh no, it's on the charger. So with the Note Air 4C, the screen is dark without the front light on. I don't use the front light all the time. I only really turn the front light on when I need it. But with the Note Air 4C, you kind of have to have the front light on at all times. I noticed even when I was outside, I needed the front light on a little bit to see. And that's one of the reasons why it's 7. The other thing is, I know the 4C was faster than the 10.3 Gen 1, but I didn't see a difference. I don't use a lot of large PDFs when it comes to PDFs with links and all of that. I just write a lot of notes. My notebooks have 30 plus pages, and for everything that I write and use, it's fast enough. And I just really don't have a true. I don't have a true use case for color to the point where I have to have a color tablet. I only use color for editing purposes. Like I said, editing and annotating. So the color doesn't matter that much. The writing field was cool, but it was just okay. Like I would take the Note Air 4C with me to work for those times where I knew I was going to be in like some low lit situations, and the 10.3 Gen 1 didn't have a front light. That's when it came in handy. And just whichever one of the tablets were on the desk, that's the one I would grab and walk out the door with. So it's a good tablet, but I got it at 7, and honestly, that's why I didn't buy the Note Air 5C, because the Note Air 4C was just mid to me. Like I didn't have to have the color tablet, so I don't have to have the Note Air 5C. Although I hear the 5C is like the flagship for books, and it's a lot of people's number one. So maybe I need to buy the 5C to see if it changes my mind. I don't know. So now we're at 6. So 6 is going to be the 6 is going to be the WeWoods AI Paper Mini. And if I would have made this list 5 months ago, the AI Paper Mini would have been higher on my list. The AI Paper Mini used to be my daily driver for my mini tablet use case. It's not anymore, but I still enjoy the AI Paper Mini. The main reason why I enjoy the AI Paper Mini is going to be the calendar integration with what you can do with notes, what you can do with scheduling. I like the AI Paper Mini. I also like the home page of the AI Paper Mini. Like, I really like the fact that on the AI Paper Mini, I can see my schedule without having to go into the actual calendar app. I can see my to-dos, my tasks, my notes, others in those events. And others would be like my PDFs and things like that. And you guys, as you can see, I'm really not using the AI Paper Mini that much right now. But when I compare it to the actual iFlyTek, I definitely would pick up the AI Paper Mini more than I would use the AI Note. When it comes to the actual AI tools, I think that the AI Note is better. Like when it comes to the recording, at least the recording, when it comes to the recording transcription software, I do think that the AI Note 2 or the AI Note Air 2 is better than the AI Paper Mini when you're doing that. But when you're just as a tablet that I can use to do a lot of long format writing that I like to do, I like the interaction with the calendar app more on the AI paper than I do with the AI Note Air 2. And I like the Notes app more. I like the Notes app more with the Mini than I do with the AI Note. I just do. I think the writing feel is better. I think it's more responsive. The Mini is. They're both white. Let me see. Make sure I got all the lights off on both of these. Oh, that was the sound. Duh, Aaron. Yes, off. Yeah, so like they're both pretty bright. They're both pretty white. Like these probably are the two whitest tablets that I have. So they're not bad. Like this one isn't bad either. But I definitely prefer using the AI Paper Mini over the AI Note Air 2. I'm gonna do a comparison video of these two at some point. But both were good tablets. But the AI Paper Mini used to be my daily driver for mini tablets. I have like a 2 tablet stack for the most part at all times. And at one point, the AI Paper was that go-to tablet. One thing I don't like is my cover, my folio. It got dirty. Now, I do work, of course, you guys know I work in the aviation business or aviation field, and um, so it's a little grimy in certain areas, but I don't, I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. So, like my folio, it just got dirty and kind of frayed quick, like really quick, to the point where um if I was to do a giveaway or sell this or pass this along to someone, I definitely have to get a new folio for it. So, yeah, that's the thing. Yep. I hope I'm not boring you guys with my rambling today. So that's number six. So we did 10 through 6. So, 6, I have the AI Paper Mini. 7, I have the Note Air 4C. 8, I have the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. 9, I have the Penstar eNote 2. And 10, I have the iFlyTek AI Note Air 2. So now we're going to move into my top 5. Now, when I start getting into my top 5, honestly, 5 through 1, for my personal use case, 5 through 1 you probably can interchange these with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. Um, and you know what? Hmm. This list is probably going to change. It's probably going to change when I get to the number 4 spot. It probably would change at the number 4 spot, and one of these will actually fall off. But it's only because the tablet that I would actually put in the number 4 or 3 spot, I don't physically have it here with me. I don't have it. So I have to wait till I get it in and sit with it a little bit more to just refresh my memory on how much I actually like the tablet. But number 5 is going to be the Remarkable Paper Pro Move. The Paper Pro Move is a part of my daily carry. I do not leave the house without this tablet. Not only do I not leave the house without this tablet, when I am in the house, this tablet is not too far from me at all times. This tablet is either in my bag, in my pocket, in my hand, especially when I leave the house. I do not leave the house without the move. And because of that, it probably should be up my list higher, but it's not. And I just like everything about the Remarkable Paper Pro Move. I definitely like the writing feel. Um, I definitely like the writing feel. Now, when it first came out, I wasn't a fan of it. When it first came out, I thought it was overrated. I thought it was overhyped, overpriced. I said, man, this thing is odd shaped. It can't be that good of a tablet. Now, I will say the battery life seems to be not as good as um I don't think the battery life is as good as what they say. So yeah, the light is not on. I don't think the battery life is as good as what they say. One thing I like about it, especially with the addition to the meeting notes, the meeting notes is something I really like a lot. The calendar integration with what they've done with Remarkable, and it works great with me. It works great for me with the Move because I do a lot of my meetings with the Move. I do a lot of just pop up meetings, or like this one right here. You will see I have a morning huddle every morning. It's kind of like a toolbox meeting. So I'm kind of standing. I'm not at a desk. I'm not in front of the computer. And when I like to do my long format writing, I will just throw this thing in landscape mode, and then I will just start writing. I like the fact that I do have color. I will write in color. I like writing in blue a lot, especially on the move. I thought the color flash would bother me, but it doesn't. The color flash doesn't bother me at all, and I always have this tablet with me at all times. The tappiness doesn't bother me. I like the writing feel. I think Remarkable has the best writing feel out of all of my tablets. It is the best writing feel. It's my favorite. Um, and it just works great. And the active stylight doesn't bother me at all either. So this is the actual Pro Pen, but Jay turned me on to this other stylight, and it works equally as good. I forgot the name of this one, but this one works pretty good as well. It works good on the Remarkable, and it works good on the Lumi. Um, it's like the programming is just the same. There's no fall off with that. And some people say it's limited, which I will say it is kind of like a bare bones limited experience, but I just like how I can save everything in one place, either notes, EPUBs, PDFs. They all can be saved in one place. You have integrations now. You can screencast this thing. So if you're inside of a Zoom meeting, Teams meeting, and you want to screencast something to your screen, you can do that as well with the Remarkable platforms. That's why I like the Move so much. Never leave home without it. Like I said, it's when I get through with this live, I'm gonna go eat tacos for Taco Tuesday. It's gonna either be in my pocket or next to me on the table because I'm always writing something. I'm always brainstorming something like that. Um, so that's gonna be at number 5. Now, number 4. And this is where it starts to get tricky because I don't know if this is gonna stay at number 4. Number 4 is gonna be the Supernote Mantle. Now, I actually like the Supernote Mantle. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, it's here somewhere. Oh. So number 4 is gonna be my Mantle. Yes, that's the half folio. It's a custom half folio because I put a sticker on. But I like the Manta. So the Manta is 10.7 inches. It's the largest of the 10 to 11 inch size tablets that I have. Quad 1300, Feel-Rite 2, 300 PPI. Nothing you can say bad about the Supernote Manta. I just don't like the presentation of the UI. I'm shallow. Don't ask me why I'm so shallow. I just don't like the presentation of the UI, which is not a big deal. When it comes to actually using the tablet, it's great to use. Um, the writing feel is cool as well. Let's check it out. I mean, this is it. This is the Manta. The writing feel is cool. And I'm pairing the writing feel of the Manta with the Crystal Nib, the Rant About Tech Crystal Nib, with the Dr. Grip, the Pilot Dr. Grip EMR. And I mean, look, you can't complain about the screen. Screen tech looks great. I was taking some notes on my next video. The writing feel is great. Now, I like the Crystal nibs from Rants About Tech, a little bit better than the Supernote ceramic nibs, but both work right well. If you are a fan of the Heart of Metal 2 or the ceramic push pin from Supernote, they work great. I use, like I said, the Rant About Tech crystal nibs on my Supernotes. And I like using the Lammies with the programmable button because the gestures just don't. I just don't like the gestures that much. Um, they're hit or miss, and this is why I'll say they're hit or miss. So like, watch this, and then if I do this, it's not gonna work because I guess that's not where I'm supposed to place my hands for the gestures. You know, you have to place them up here, so now it'll work. But if I don't from down here, see now it works. That's what I'm saying. They're hit or miss. I don't know, but if I'm down here, will it work? See, no, it doesn't work down there. So I guess the furthest down I can be is here. I guess I don't know. But yeah, no, it's a good tablet. It has great organization, a great writing feel. So you get great organization, good writing feel. You get the newest screen tech. You get 300 PPI, all that stuff. The bad with the tablet, it's a little sluggish. It's definitely slower than the. It feels slower. It feels slow. It's definitely slower than the Gen 2 10.3. It felt slightly slower than the Gen 1 10.3. Um, the presentation of the UI is I've gotten over it by now. So it just looks a little dated, I guess, for me. But when it comes to the functionality, it works great. Similar to the 10.3, it doesn't have a true home screen. So your when you access your quick access menu, honestly, that's like your home screen type situation. And I'm not gonna install the widgets or anything like that. When it comes to what they're doing with their software, the software when it comes to the learning curve is it's easier to learn than your books. Although I don't think it's that much easier. Like I don't think books is that much more confusing when it comes to UI than the Supernote products. Um, of course, one of the calling cards is gonna be the build. It's durable. It's all plastic. You get the Mobius Flex screen. You got the half folio, but it doesn't feel cheap. So it's not like it's a plastic tablet that feels cheap. This thing is a plastic tablet, and I don't know if I want to call it premium, but it definitely is well designed. Feels great in the hand. When I got this in, Sweetie was like, "What is that, a toy?" And I'm like, "Why do you think it's a toy?" And she picked it up. She's like, "It's all plastic." And I'm like, I can see that because when you look at the RM2, it's aluminum. Note Max, same thing. Scribe, same thing. Those are all kind of premium built, premium feeling tablets. But it is a good tablet. I like it, and it's gonna be number 4. But I think that I don't know if it's gonna stay at number 4. So now number 3. Number 3 is gonna be the Note Max. I have the Note Max at number 3 mainly because it's not a tablet that will truly travel with me. But it works well. I like the writing feel. I like the speed of the Note Max. Um, I like the size and what I can do with the size of the Note Max. It does everything that is what I need for a books tablet to do. Everything that makes a book tablet great and functional for me, The Note Max does that. Oh man, hold on, what we got? So, okay. Um, so yeah, that's why the Note Max is number three. The Note Max does everything that I like in a Books tablet. It's just a larger tablet. So, if the 10.3 Gen 1 is number one for me, this probably should be one because it's larger and does everything that that would do. It's just for me how I like to move around, go to coffee shops, I fly a lot. That thing's too large. So, but it's number three. If if my 10.3 breaks, I feel like I don't have to replace it because I have the Note Max. Like I wouldn't. If my 10.3 broke, then technically, if my Lumi broke, I wouldn't buy another one because, well, I didn't buy that one. Books was kind enough to send it out. But if the Lumi broke, I could fall back on the Gen 1 10.3. But if I didn't have the Gen 1 10.3 anymore, I didn't have the Note Air 4C, only had the Note Max and the Lumi, I could definitely just use the Note Max and not have to purchase another Books tablet. Number two is, I don't think anybody's going to agree with me with this one, but number two is going to be the RM2. Yes, I know. A 6-year-old tablet is my number two slot on my top 10 list. Not because it has the best screen, not because it's the fastest, not because it shows the best, simply because, at least for me, how I use it and the experience I have when using it. Out of every tablet that I own, that I have in this house, when I want to just pick up something, excuse me, when I just want to pick up a tablet and write, get those creative thoughts down, work on that creative project. I'm using this to write my book. I'm using it for brainstorming for my scripts, brainstorming for my book, character development, all of those things that I do that are creative when I would just want to have focused writing, which honestly is a big part of why I use e-ink for just that creative focused writing. I'm grabbing the Remarkable 2. Before I had the Remarkable 2, it was the 10.3. I did everything on the 10.3. I just love the writing feel of the Remarkable 2. It's, even though it's an older tablet, it's my favorite tablet to write on. Yes, I know it's an older tablet. Y'all are finna tell me now. You can see the age in it. You can tell it's low contrast or not as good as what you're gonna get with the Carter 1300 screens. But I just like writing on this tablet. It's the tablet I pick up and use when I just want to write. And if I put this thing side by side to the Manta, yeah, it's night and day. You're gonna see what the newer screen looks. You're gonna see the difference with the newer screen tech and how good that looks versus now. Like, you're gonna see how good, when you put it side by side. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in the better contrast, the better pixels, the better screen. You're gonna see that here with the Manta versus the RM2. It's a better tablet. But when I just want to do focus writing, this is the tablet that I grab. And I've been using ceramic on this tablet. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't have any scratches yet, but I've been using ceramic on it as well. it's fine. So I don't know. What we got? Oh, what we got in the chat? Javier, what's going on? You're starting to think. Okay. He's starting to think that the Kindle Scribe, the latest model, black and white, is all he needs. Yup. And a reader. Yeah, I can see that too, Javier. Yeah, you know what? If you just want a reader, man, and you want a reader that's gonna be, if you like reading on like the bigger screens or the larger tablets, then the Kindle Scribe, it's for you. My wife loves reading on this Kindle Scribe. It's like her favorite tablet to write on. She loves writing on the Scribe. I think it has like the best screen too. Let's see. We don't want to show you guys that. She will flip out. Yep. Let's see if I can turn this off because we don't need any of that. Kaleido is just dark without the light on. Let me see if y'all can see this. Maybe not because of my camera, but oh, see, yeah, it don't look that dark. On camera, it doesn't look that dark, but when you put like the Note Max next to it, it definitely looks dark. Kaleido's just dark without the light on, but we'll check it out anyway. Yeah, so if you just want a reader and you want to get like the black and white Kindle Scribe, it's probably a good investment. But when it comes to like a color tablet, I just like the way this one shows. I'm probably doing something wrong. She might have turned something off. Oh, there we go. Slider. There we go. As you can see, I don't use the Kindle Scribe that much anymore. Sweetie, this is her daily driver. I'm surprised it's in this room and not in her space, and not in her hand. I like the workspace though. Well, I like the no, not more. I don't want to go to more. So this is what I truly like. I truly like the updated home screen and workspace where you have quick access to your notes. You can quickly like start a new note. And some people say they don't like writing on it or it's not as good as the previous models. But I think when it comes to the Kindle Scribe and the writing experience, you have to change the nib. When you look at the actual pen that came with it, you can see I put the older model nib in it. That works better than the ones that come with this new pen. But Sweetie uses ceramic. She has her own Lamy with the crystal Rants About Tech nib in it as well. And I just like using ceramic on this tablet. It's the best writing feel, at least to us, if you're using the Kindle Scribe, the third generation. And I think the pairing of the crystal nib that Rod sells, it's softer than your Supernote ceramic. So that could be a thing as well. So yeah, but when it comes to just when I really want to write, I'm definitely grabbing the Remarkable 2. That's why it's so high on my list. And now we're going to go to the number one tablet on my list. Should I do the ones that didn't make the list, period, before I say number one? I don't think it's going to scratch Javier. So, we've been using ceramic on the Kindle Scribe since the Gen 1. So, I've been using ceramic on the Kindle Scribe for over a year and a half. And it didn't damage the Gen 1. She's been using ceramic on the Color Soft since she got it. I think we got the color soft in January or something like that. She's been using it since then, and she no damage at all. And my wife writes because she writes harder than me, so we don't have any scratches on this thing. Uh, we don't have any scratches on it. Matter of fact, the only scratch that's on my Gen 1 is from a set of keys. So yeah, I don't. There are no scratches on this thing, even though this really doesn't show you. But no. So no, there are like no visible scratches on it. Um, there are no visible scratches on it. So I don't know. I didn't do the roughness test or a thing like that. So we'll see. But yeah, so the ones that didn't make the list, the Books Go 10.3 Gen 1 didn't make the list because we have the Lumi. The Go 7 didn't make the list at all because I do not like the writing feel. The Mobiscribe Wave didn't make the list because it's not supported anymore, and it's an older tablet, but it's still a good tablet for someone who wants to get into eating. So it's still a good tablet for someone to use. Thanks, Javier. The picture of Dominique, we got it on there because when we do our creative writing, we have EPUBs. And we like create our own EPUB, and then we'll just make a cover. And I think that's how I got that on there. Unless the new Kindle Scribe can actually have screensavers that aren't Kindle screensavers. I don't know. She did that, so I don't know how that happened. Don't ask me. The Penstar Pro C. I don't have it on the list because it didn't make the list because I don't like the writing feel. I don't like the writing feel, and I'm not the biggest fan of the design of the tablet as well. And another tablet that didn't make the top 10 list is going to be the Supernote Nomad. Now, the Supernote Nomad to me, especially for me in my use case, the Supernote Nomad is more useful to me than the Manta. The only reason why the Supernote Nomad is not on my top 10 list is because it doesn't have a light. Every mini tablet that fits my use case, from the Mobiscribe Wave to the Go 7 to the Remarkable Paper Pro Move, AI Paper Mini, AI Note Air 2, they all have one thing in common, is that they have a light. I need a light in something between that 7 to 8 inch size. The Supernote Nomad does not have a light. If the Nomad had a light, the Nomad might be one or two for me, honestly. But it doesn't have a light. So, it's not on my top 10 list. I don't have the Remarkable Paper Pro on my list. I don't have the Remarkable Paper Pro on my list because I don't currently have it. I'm going to be getting it in the next week or so. And honestly, it's going to change my list. The addition to the Remarkable Paper Pro and the Paper Pure, which are both tablets that I am going to be getting. I believe that the Paper Pure will take the place of the RM2, and the RM2 won't be on the list. I honestly believe that the Paper Pro will take the place of the Note Max. It's going to slide the Note Max down, which will in turn slide the Manta down. And then honestly, I think the Paper Pro move for me would roll in front of the Manta. So I think the Manta would end up being like 7 or 8 when I 7 or 8 on my list, to be honest. Because my top spot, number one, I'm pretty sure y'all already knew, is gonna be the 10.3. If the Lumi wasn't out or the Gen 2 10.3 wasn't out, it would be the 10.3 Gen 1. But since I have the Gen 2 has taken the top spot. The Gen 2 is everything that the 10.3 Gen 1 was, but faster, snappier, better screen, and the writing feel is amazing. I don't care if it's active or not EMR. The active pen tech on the Gen 2 is just as good as EMR, and in some cases, it's better than some EMR tablets. Like the active writing tech on the Gen 2 10.3 is better than a few EMR tablets that I have in this house currently right now. I would take the writing experience with the active over the AI Note writing platform, definitely over the Mobi Scribe Wave, definitely over the Pen Star. I would take it over the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. When just actual performance of the active versus the EMR. When it comes to writing feel, the Gen 2 is a better writing feel than the Gen 1. Whatever they did with the nib combination with the screen, it's better than the pen that ships with the tablet. Now, I've been using ceramic on my Gen 1 for a while too, so I like that better. But when it comes to just what ships with the tablet, what I guess they suggest you use, no, it works better. The only tablet that I would say the Gen 2 10.3 when it comes to writing performance or feel is not better than is going to be the Remarkable 2. And we're talking about just EMR. Would be the Remarkable 2 and the Supernote tablets. And when it comes to that, when I look at just accuracy, I don't think there's a difference. I know people say there is. But when it just comes to accuracy, it's not a difference. I get it. There's line wobble or whatever this is. And without the line snapping or whatever, you will be able to see the line wobble with active versus EMR, even though EMR has line wobble as well. I've seen people do these side-by-side line wobble tests, and I'm like, okay. So you have the active in your offhand, and it's the line is never straight. But your EMR line seems to be straight. I don't know. I don't do the whole technical testing. I'm not getting my camera and using my macro lens to zoom in. I'm not doing none of that. When I'm real world, everyday applications, writing from this distance, taking notes, doing creative writing, whatever it is I do with e-ink, Remarkable and books, it's on par with EMR. I'm not going to say it's better than EMR because like EMR is technically more accurate. What do we got in the chat? Javier. Oh, hey, Sharon, how you doing? Oh, you've been using black and white Scribe. You know what? The Scribe Gen 1, I like the Scribe Gen 1. I still will grab that thing and write on it sometimes. So I do like the Gen 1 Scribe. But yeah. Oh, the active tech on the Gen 2 10.3 is to me is more accurate and better than the Kindle Scribe. And I'm not saying that any of these things is bad because the writing on none of these EMR tablets is bad. I think the Gen 2 is on par and better than some of it. When it comes to the writing experience and feel, I like the Gen 2 Lumi. I like the Gen 2 10.3 and the Remarkable 2 and Paper Pro tablets. I will take that writing experience over the Manta and the feel right. There's something about the feel right. I don't like it. It's grown on me, and it's grown on me since I've had the Manta. And I saw somebody in the comments of another video. They kind of described the writing feel of the Manta. And once I read their description, I was like, oh, I definitely can agree with that. It feels too plasticky. And it does. And I don't think it has anything to do with the Mobius flex screen. I think it's the Feel Right 2. It's something about the Feel Right 2 I just don't like. It's not bad, so I don't have a bad experience when writing on it. If someone told me, or the people who think it's the best writing experience in e-ink, I'm not going to argue, because it is a great writing experience. Personally, I don't like it. And that could be why it slides down my list as well, because I don't like writing on it. I will grab something else to write on. There are like 5 tablets that I would grab if I just want to write before I pick up the Supernote Manta. And it has nothing to do with the tool set, has nothing to do with the build quality, has nothing to do with the UI. It has everything to do with I'm not a fan of the Feel Right writing experience. It's not a bad writing experience. It's actually a good writing experience, but I'm not a fan of it. What we have? Your 3rd gen Scribe with the Lamy stylus is very nice. It is very nice. Like I'm saying, if you can get a different nib to put in this pen, or if you have an EMR pen that you like better with a different nib, then the writing experience on a Gen 3 Scribe is great. Sweetie likes writing on it, so as long as she likes writing on it, that's fine with me. I like writing on it too, but I will say that the Gen 1 Kindle Scribe to me is slightly a better writing experience than the Gen 3. Also, the RM2 has smart shapes. Any tablet that has smart shapes natively in the software, I'm cool with. I like it. I use smart shapes a lot. I don't know why, but I do. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me on a random Tuesday pop-up. I hope I didn't bore you guys to death. I hope that you found some interesting topics that we talked about today. If you catch it on a replay, let me know what your top 5 or top 10 is. I think we may go live tomorrow. Sweetie's still here. If not, we're definitely going to go live Friday. On Friday, we might revisit a top 10 list, but we're going to do like the top 10 or top 5. We're not going to do top 10. We're going to do like 5 budget e-ink tablets, I would suggest, for somebody who's trying to get into e-ink or is looking for a budget e-ink tablet. So we're going to check that out on Friday. Dave over at Tablet Tech put out a video yesterday talking about a budget tablet. I think it's the Human. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they have a tablet out that he did a review on. Go check Dave out over at Tablet Tech. Check out Jay, Not the Professional. Jay put out 2 lives. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and then today. Great lives. I like Jay. Jay is knowledgeable. Can't wait till he really gets in his bag, his developer bag, and what he's doing with both Remarkable and Supernote. So check him out as well. And thanks, Robert, for checking us out. Thank you, Sharon, for checking us out. Thank you, Javier, for checking us out. And last but not least, Ed over at Organized for Change. Go check Ed out. Ed did a review on the Books Tappy, which I want the Tappy. Don't want to review it because it's a page turner. But go check out Ed. He unboxed and did a brief review of the Books Tappy, which is their page turner, which I want to buy, but it's sold out. So hopefully it will not be sold out in the next couple of days and I can buy it. I'm not going to review it, but I just want it because I like gadgets. So thank you guys for checking us out, and I will see you guys on the next live.